Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? How about this? Woo. It's going. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Be great if hopefully you can. And that's fine. I can see it popping on and off. Hopefully that's a good sign. Oh, nice. Nice. Just quickly properties. This will probably be slightly different, but also same thing. Hello, everyone. Hello. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do the build of ZSSA. Sorry, you guys took so long. That was quite a journey, but I guess this is a new thing for me. So yeah, building the ZSSA. In what's a speed run in terms of gunpla building? It's not really. I just want to clean out my builds basically. So I would call that a speed run. How are you guys doing? You guys doing well? What have you been building lately? So the delay is... Ooh, okay. It's definitely a journey. Funny, actually, I lost one of my snippers. I don't think I actually remember what it's called, but weird that it's completely gone. Here's my God Hand number 1 and God Hand number 2. You don't really need that much God Hand, to be fair. It's just that I kind of abuse my old God Hand too much, so it is not the right. I shouldn't be using it that way. That's why I'm getting a new one, because it's quite worn out. And that's basically it. But you don't really need that much, honestly. Still higher. Ah, interesting. Nice. So, how are you guys doing? Hey, Gundam Status. I mean, it's always good to chill a bit, let the ideas come and then flow through it. You don't have to rush yourself all the time. In fact, I've been constantly building like this whole year and a half. I mean, I wasn't streaming, but I was constantly building a lot, and I felt quite worn out. And a few times I'm like, no, I just want to rest. And it's tiring at points. You know what? Let's just ignore that. Let's go. We don't need that much God Hand. I'm gonna get rid of this. I mean, we'll see. It depends. It really depends on the mark. That's why I'm keeping 2 of them. So last time, I think it's a silent build at this point. I've built the torso of it. I didn't put on the eyes. I didn't really put on the eyes. So that's bad. And that's it. As you can see, these are quite the clear stress mark, because this is quite worn out. That's basically the reason why I'm getting a second one. Oh yeah, of course. I felt that too, because it's like, right? Because you have a lot of ideas, and I just don't have that much productivity in terms of getting all of them done, which is one bit alone is a lot to work with in general. So that's actually really understandable as well. So what I did this whole year I wouldn't say year, just nearly 2 years, is that I'm like clearing out the whole HGUC Zeta line. I'm like catching on to it. So you guys know how big of a list that is, and what I need to do is just to build them, and I'll just deal with them later. Well, by dealing with them is all the panel lines and all that, and that I will leave it to later, because I at the moment I just need to buy all of them and build them, and I'll have to store it because I don't have time to build them after this month, basically. So that's why I'm doing this whole thing, which is why I'm supposed to be speedrunning because it is a long build. It is a lot to build, in fact. D, where's the D? Where's the D? I know you guys. Ooh, sounds interesting. Although I'm not entirely sure, as in I'm not entirely familiar with the two names that you put on. Ah, oh, the Leos. Right, makes a lot of sense. I wasn't born with Gundam Wing, but that's cool. That's a cool idea, though. That's a cool idea. Are you gonna work? How are you gonna put it together? It is an expensive custom though, is it? Because it's P Bandai. So just what I normally do is all the two cuts. Now, is it shown? It's too low. I'm gonna put it in. That way you guys can see it at least. So I'm just doing all the two cuts. This is my default kind of. Oh, interesting. So they basically put everything on the same run at this point, which is what they usually do. They split the arms, but they don't here. As in, they do different runners, but they don't here, which is interesting. Now, I'd say there's a lot of I'd say there's a lot of fans here as well. It's just it's never my thing. Like I felt like this statement could be offending a lot of people. I'm not really interested in feathers. I don't know, but yeah, that would be a four. That would be a custom that takes like four P Bandai. So that's a lot. Well, that's a cool idea though. Can't wait to see it. Okay, what am I needing? So I need the shoulders, PCs, the gray part. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Gray parts, the Fs. So they're all Fs. Okay, cool. F is not in the chat right now. All Fs. So the Fs are here. Alright, there you go, Fs. Fs. There we go. So we need this little guy, the arm. This is quite a little build. Ooh, dropping in. The ZSSA is you don't really because ZSSA is a build that is that you don't really think too much in terms of AOZ, but it exists. But it is a build that takes a lot of customizing or like plating in general too, which is not entirely not entirely. You might as well just scratch build a newer one, which is the thing that I would say, because honestly, looking at the that is in AOZ, you might as well just be like the whole silhouette is basically different. So what I'm doing here, in terms of myself, is I just want to get on, knowing the size of it, and then I'll just cat it. as I always do. Oh yeah, I do the peel PC thing. I'm not sure if you guys do that. Some might consider that religiously wrong. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, just peel it. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it matters that much. In fact, if it giving a bit of flair, the sides gives it leave it. It'll be more rigid. F16 should be here. Mm. So what they're doing here with this part, by part I mean like yeah, this part in general, is that they're doing the horizontal spin on its joint here, as you can see, which is what they're doing in the latest Zachary Vive as well. Dang, Gundam Status, you're now basically making the whole TR6 or AOZ wing AOZ wing, in fact. That would be an interesting call. An interesting turn, too. Making a whole thing AOZ. Well, there are stickers. I'm not going to do stickers now. So I might paint it in the future. Oh, so essentially what PB does, no, not by PB. So, you guys know there is a PB version of ZSSA, which is the double Zeta version, and that this is the UZ version. In fact, I really wanted the yellow one, which is the HG, sorry, the double Zeta one. Like I wanted the double Zeta one, but with what was changed mostly, other than everything is yellow, is that this here is basically, you see this part. Let me bring it up. So what they do in P-band Thy version of this thing is that since this is basically the sleeve version with all the the flingies and all that. So what they do is they cover the whole thing, and it's pretended it doesn't exist, which is lazy, but it works kind of thing. I mean, it wasn't really a bad thing, but I'm just saying it made that part particularly thicker. Most don't most don't notice, that wouldn't say that it is, it is really a lot. Most wouldn't say that it isn't. It just makes it thicker, which is sometimes is slightly inaccurate, but different people have different views on the accuracy wise. I would say I don't matter. I don't really care that much in a sense, which is rare, because I actually do care about accuracy a lot. Is my head okay? My head isn't. Color. That's about it. Oh yeah, the back. The back. What are you guys type? So normally, what do you guys do in terms of building? So do you guys do something like what I'm doing right now? Is cut all of them parts and then put them together. Um, Part by part, or do you guys just cut every part and sand it, and then following the instructions? So basically, A, cut them all out like what I'm doing here, and I'm just building a whole hand here. B, cut them it one by one, and then do sanding, and then put them together. Like I don't just cut them all out. I realize this is much quicker than I would think. I used to do the old way though, cutting one by one, handling it, and then I'm like, wait, it is much quicker. It is much quicker doing it this way though. That I'm out of camera. There we go. It is much quicker doing it this way, I'd say, because you don't really need to have a look all the time in terms of where you're going. It's like, oh yeah, because you're doing both hands, so you just mirror it and you just cut it, which doesn't take a lot of loading time. my old God hand, which is quite worn out. Let's see if it is possible that you can see the the nah, it is impossible. Basically, how you can so the way to determine if a God hand or any kind of single bladed nippers are broken is that when you look through it in light, you look into it at lights, and looking at it directly covering a light source like your light bulb, and then if you see a little kind of gap in between there, then you would know that your nippers your god hand is basically broken, which is the way I would see which is the way to see that. So. But mine is essentially kind of broken, in fact, so that's basically why. Oh yeah, also my way of handling of the little point. Hey, Damien. I know people are having I know there are a lot of opinions in terms of God hand. Personally, I'd say because due to the amount of kits I built, um, at least for these 2 years, because I've been like just building a lot and just leave them. That would be extremely worth it. It's a lot flatter. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people cutting, as in snapping layers. I mean, to be fair, all there are actually instructions behind God Hand to tell you that don't cut anything more than 3 mils and more than 3 mils and that yeah I recall there's some say something like don't cut anything more than 3 mils. Don't do too much or something. Yeah, don't cut thick ones. No. Yeah, and they did. The reason why I did the whole two cut thing is basically this, because what they wanted you to do is to cut all that, and then then cut off the surface chip. Hey, if it helps, honestly. I mean, Mega Gaitsu person, I'd say his content was kind of slightly biased to older kids before, but it wasn't really that. He went he at least went back and looked into like previous kits and all that. Now that because of the whole, would you say gunpla shortage? Yeah, because of the gunpla shortage, he went back to a lot of old kits, and he now doesn't really just go as hard as because it's like from a several from at some point. This one is quite thick, so I'm gonna use the old one, especially when it's hidden. It's mostly hidden, so I will just use it. Yeah, because Mega Kaizu he wasn't as biased as before. Now I would say is relatively nicer to the older kids, or I would say he would put out years as the I would say, oh yeah, consider how old this kid is. What I would be. That's what I would say that is better in terms of gunplay reviewing, because that is a consideration, and that is a objective one to let the people know that, oh yeah, that's a thing, instead of saying, oh no, because it's old, it's bad. It's slightly different. Oh, there are different ways of conveying it. But yeah, I mean, as long as you get it. Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that's yeah, those old nubs. I've been building Delta Gundam lately, so there's a bit of shiny ones in there. There is. Would it be fun if I let you guys a peek at it and guess what kits do have I built? That would be cool. That would be an interesting one. Let me see. Yeah. So you guys can see what kind of color is there. Oh, really? Really? This is least of my disagreement. What are you guys pointing on Mega Gaitsu? I mean, honestly, I don't watch him that much to be now. I just went for like Japanese channel. Especially the one who builds, which is the my kind of YouTube channel nowadays. Like I know who's that? Who's him again? Oh no, I forgot. He recently moved from Korea to Canada or America to work with Gundam, say Gundam USA. I forgot who he is. The one who did. Oh yeah, of course. Because in fact, people actually do art out of nubs. I'm not sure you guys knew that. That's a thing where because of how PS. Oh no, I can't kind of rushed it. That's fine. Eh, I'll just ignore it. It's my best tool of all. I just ignore it. Right? Yes, Akuzurius. Yeah. Yeah. He. Yeah, his is great as well, but his is just isn't my type of content nowadays. I just look at people building new Gunpla, and I was just like, oh, okay. So that's how part separation is doing, and I need to look. My type of Gunpla content is just parts building that takes every part that gives every part a shot. So I'm like, oh, okay, so this goes into that one, and that what makes it spin or something, which is a different one. That's fine. I got it. That's fine. I got it. I could have butchered his name as well. I felt like I honestly don't know. Oh, if you don't dump out these piles, they are just heavily. They're just big. They're really big. Oh yeah, the what I was saying earlier is the Gunpla nubs art thing. So you guys know how these nubs are, if you heat them up, it will melt. So what people do is, I mean, depends if you're that. Not everyone has a heat gun, so they use their, those hair curving thingy, I prongs, hair um prong, whatever those are called, for curling hair. So they put them all together, and then they heat them up, give them a flat bed or something, and then they just make that as a base, which is really cool, honestly. And which he turned that into a different base of different mobile suits, in fact. So say how everything here is green and darker green and different shades of green and gray. So he turned all these nubs into a pile, and then he melted and turned that into a base of Ziza, which is extremely cool. I really like that idea. I mean, I don't have I had to clean all the nubs, as in I had to clean it. I don't have extra space for displaying, so unfortunately I don't have a space to display it. But that idea is really cool. I would do that if I have the time and space, mostly on space. It's not really on time. It's space. Oh, that's yeah, his custom sticks though. I mean, Gunpla nubs are good. mm, Um, sprinkles. Ooh. All right. Is there a special thing? No, not right. Cool. It's everything is empty. Okay, that's just right. This is with basically with every single big ass suit of all time. It's just that everything is empty, and it's just great. Not having to care about what you're doing. Just put them all together. That's it. I don't have to leave space for it. Oh yeah, that is a legit way of clear out seams as well. In fact, yes, and that the way of cleaning seams is yeah, melting them. So there are several ways because that ensures that different that ensures that the seams has the same color of uh yeah, it ensures the seam has the same color because a lot of times if you just put on certain types of glue into it, if you were doing, trying to erase seam lines like these, big ass seam lines, then that would be like it would, because of the, how some of the glue works, it might made it whiter. It's like stress mark, but it isn't. So yeah, using that is actually great too, because to erase seam lines. I'm here just to, put them all together, and I'll do it later, which is a way of procrastinating too. In fact, I just build a lot, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna deal with it later," and not gonna deal with it probably anytime soon. All right. Oh, that was easy. Wait, am I missing something? I am missing this part. There we go. I'm blind. So B8. B8. This is the missile part. One of the feature of HGUC ZSSA of ZSSA. Fun fact: the ZSSA is a suit that is supposed to be in tandem with Gullus J, because how this mobile suit in some way is basically just a moving missile pod. So it is supposed to be working in tandem with Gullus J, which is unfortunate because there isn't any HGUC. But yeah, that is supposed to go tandem, which is why this is basically a mobile tank, and it does nothing but missile. Everything is missile, like even its chest, its arm, mostly on its leg. But unfortunately, there are no HGUC, and I wish they do it. But oh no, that's a big one. I might hurt my God Hand, and I'm mixing up Ziza and God Hand now. Okay. Yeah, these are heavy ones, and I just ignore it. It's not really a good. It's not a good thing, but yeah. I would strongly suggest people to work on it. I just don't. Oh, is that basically it? That is a really simple structure. Oh my, that is a simple structure, which is great. I can definitely speedrun this. Can I do it in like an hour and a half time? Yeah, should be. Wouldn't say so. I'll just leave my hands alone. It's like a boxer now. Now that I look at it, like it looks like a boxer. Wait, you guys are seeing this flipped? I just realized that. I'll look at it soon. I'm not sure how to, because last time I did the switch thing and it doesn't really work. As in, like, it doesn't. I flipped it in OBS, but like it doesn't. It's not flipping um at YouTube side for some reason. So I'm confused as well. I might as well flip it here, but I'll flip it. But let's see how that goes. Flip it. Rotate 180 degrees. That is not the one. Flip horizontal. Flip vertical. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Sure. Right? Because that'd be. I can't find a way to turn. Somehow it's not really responding this time, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Um, I'm gonna ignore the spin. Oh, does he? Yeah, I'm actually inspired by MJ, in fact. I should be streaming all this time because I'm building a lot of HGUC Zeta kit, and it would be interesting. It is interesting in general. Oh yeah, it is quite paranoid. Sure, I'm not sure I'm not using the right word, but I'll say yeah. You guys should get it. But yeah, it is because it's just flying missile pod, and if someone hits you, that's a bye bye to you. If it hits the missile pod, especially the chest missile pod. I mean, I'm pretty sure this was dissed. I'll use a better word. Multiple times in multiple years in 40 years of Gundam years. I'm sure it was this. Like, who's gonna put missile pods near next to people, which is dangerous. But yeah. Oh yeah, I do have Messala. I always, funny enough, I miscalled Messala once as Melissa, and I kept calling it Melissa. I still can't change myself. Yeah, it's Mesa, yes. I can show it later if I'm done with this. Let's see the lakes. Big chunky lakes, and the chunky lakes are just simple structure, which is great. Honestly, this is a relatively easy job in terms of CADing, as in designing this kit. It's extremely easy. Gallus, Gallus S though. Sorry, Gallus J and Strum Gallus though. Like, I mean, I don't know why they didn't do it. It's an easy P Bandai. They just didn't do it. I miss the other thick one that I have because this is a teeny pile that it is not really working well. But I was packing stuff basically, so I don't know where my the bigger pile is. Yeah, it's gone. I have no idea where it is. Oops, no idea where it is. That's fine. That's fine. Oh my god, this is a thick one. Hopefully, I'm not destroying it. Oh yeah. I mean, it is Optimus. I mean, it's Siroko's design. Not gonna lie, and yeah, Masala's that sound like that. It's just me miscalling it. It's not it's not like that's his, but Masala is definitely his type of thing does that he designs. Everything from Jupiter. In fact, everything from Jupiter is just weird, and this also was extended into the latest. What was that? Walpurgis, about Sirocco and Haman Khan, second gen, not second gen, reborn, pretty much like, uh, what was that? Pretty much like um the Shar Aznable in UZ, in Unicorn. I forgot his name. Or does he have a name? I forgot. That guy, the second coming of Shar, that in Unicorn. So basically, what Gunpla Walpurgis has is Haman Khan and Optimus Sirocco, but reincarnated somehow. That's basically the story. But yeah, that is. Oh yeah, Overon. I mean, we should, but I doubt. I really wanted to because that is cool. Overon is cool. Moreover, I really want Titania too. I don't think they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that anytime soon, but that is a cool one. Oh, I just missed it. This is the base. This is the basic one. Dang, you guys should do. Definitely. All right. Yeah, Fu Fronto. God damn it. Because yeah, dumb names. Yes, more dumb names. More dumb names. Yeah, Fu Fronto. That guy. Yeah. So there's a Shar. Sorry. There's a Sirocco and there's a Harmon, like Fu Fronto in there. Because I recently saw like two chapters on it because I think it's on what was it? Xeon Xeongraphy. Wait, no, that's a different line. I mean, there's a website that translates all the Gunpla source materials. I forgot what the name of that. But yeah, that site I saw it recently. They recently updated to second. Oh my god, I scratched it. That's fine. I'll just use my strongest weapon of all, ignoring it. Again, not the best weapon, but it'll be covered. Oh my, what is going on? Uh, what is going on? The Valpric design, though, right? Oh, I was gonna say because speaking of Valpric's design, that is a hard name to pronounce. Scanlations. I think it's Scanlations. I think it's Scanlations. Yeah. With Moon. Well, not Moon Gundam. Valpric's. There we go. That is in there. Yeah, because I think they just had it. And like, I mean, I saw it and I'm like, they still haven't. It's definitely not where the part where they. What is going on with the? I'm just gonna ignore it. Like, what the hell? That is a really big scene. Hmm, interesting. I might not be. Let's see. I shall have to improve in terms of talking and building gunpla. That is. I just realized that how hard or that is a skill. I think because it's interesting. Very interesting. Right. Yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna say because in response to the Varpicus design, because there is the GN arms that is in Varpicus, that is a thing, to behold. The GN arms in there though is well, it's Dendrobium 2. I forgot the name, but yeah, no, it's a flower name as well, and it's supposed to be doing what GP03 is. That's it's not better. It's just worse. In terms of the nub. Oh my god! I'm gonna put on my glasses. That is just oof. Right. I'm gonna be yeah, looking much better. Yeah, because the GN arms though. I lost my gloss. That's fine. I have a glass file somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Well, we'll deal with it later. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Well, if only they're doing um FA Hyakushiki though. If only. I mean it I think at this point it's because AU took over his stuff as in like Poptimus designs or whatever. So like AU, AU having being AU does have all the Hyakushiki stuff. That's why they're putting it on it though. It's just that if Ben are gonna do Hyakushiki Kai or Anfu armor as well, who knows? I One of the few things that I felt like they're gonna do with RG is definitely Hyakushiki at some point, quite possibly in the future, somewhere. I'd say 2 or 3 UC line later on that there might be a Hyakushiki, considering that it is a build that has a lot of different custom, a lot of P Bandai releases, and you can also make turn that into a there's multiple P Bandai releases, and it is the current the current RG is to the selling point of RG now is that it is it is supposed to be dumb mistake number one. Dumb mistake number one. The current RG is no longer selling um details no more. They're selling, high articulations like the like God Gundam basically. Like how they did like the two new Gundams lately, High New and New this the few years. Like that is it is supposed to be the two the High New and New is not supposed to be selling articulations. That's not a thing for them, at least for the mobile suit itself. So what they're doing now is they have to think of new parts, think of new things to sell them, which is what it is well articulations. I'm sorry, articulation. Yeah, articulations. So they had to think of new things like the kneeling pose just to sell it. Oh yeah, articulation. So Hyakushiki would be a good mobile suit for that design. Since Mark II is out, and the next kind of movable armor is basically Mark II. So sorry, Hyakushiki. So that would be a good contempt on selling that, and it's a simple mobile suit as well. The previous Hyakushiki Revise came out like around 5 years ago, or 5 to 6 years ago. Given enough time, as in like around 10-year mark, it might come up before or after the RX-78 2.0, which is coming sometime soon because it's already 10th years of RG at this point. So it is coming, and it will be coming. And guess what? After that, it's my prediction. It's GM RGGM because they can use the same body. Eggs and double X's. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. 90s AU squad. Yeah, the 90s AU squad though is I don't have a good honestly X's. I don't have a good as in I don't feel good in terms of them actually getting RGs, but let's hope that they do. Eh. Oh yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, God is definitely different because yeah, which is why it's definitely a selling point originally in terms of every design ever. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely a good contender in terms of RG. That's why they did it. And the other reason is that MG God has been out for like way too long. So that's why they're putting out a new product of God Gundam. And speaking of old MGs, the whole GP project is completely out of date. MG Alex is out, and they should be too at 2.0. Now those are the kid. Those are kids that should be requesting a 2.0. Exia is it's too young. I'm sorry, but it's too young. I like Exia because I was a double fan way before AOZ for like over a decade. But I'm sorry, Exia, you're still too young. Hot take, is it? Absolutely, definitely understand. The whole articulation. Although I'd say I'd say it's showing that they understand human articulations at that time. I would say that time. But the reason why I'd say only that time is because we have a better contender, which is the Astray, where Astray really has all the muscles of human. I guess I guess if that's how that works. But yeah, understanding dynamic poses of human of uh, yeah, absolutely. MGG MGGP0. Yeah, it's definitely needed. That is way overdue by this point. And I, speaking of GP projects, it's not really, but like linking back to all the GM custom and all that. I mean, I wish they spend time on making a MG GM Quill 2.0 or MG GM Custom 2.0, and then move on to MG GMQ 2.0, and eventually move on to Hazel, because I felt it's just weird seeing movable frame in Hazels and MG. It's not supposed to do that. No, it's weird. Or at least that's my gripe. Um, Still not the biggest reason I don't get the MGs, because I much prefer smaller scale suits because I can store more. But yeah, it's definitely weird to see movable frame in there. And I know movable frame is basically in there. As in it's definitely by double O. I would say by 0087, movable frame is probably in Hazel somewhere. Sorry, is in Hazel somewhere. But it's not that much. There are parts that are still at GMQ. It's not everything is movable frame. This and I mean this goes back to the point where Kenki Fujiyaka was like, oh, because everything on TR6 is movable frame except the drum frame, which is the thing. Speaking of drum frames, this is basically drum frame as this is basically a drum frame as Kenki would describe it. Basically, everything with a disc is drum frame, according to Kenki. That's a thing apparently. Like legit in the settings page, a fan is a fan. A fan. A desktop fan is an example of of drum frame. They're like, oh yeah, because drum frame has been used in human for like by for heat by humans like for a long time, and that is supposed like that's because it's good, and like that's cool, I guess. And apparently, as they're saying, Arcadia factory of Arcadia, which is the Mars factory which made all the the TR6s, Barzan, and all that. They are the best factory of making drum frames, which is an interesting word. But the reason why they call that is because GP00. So you know how GP uh, Blossom, was it? GP00, the pre-mobile, the pre-test of GP0, the GP GP Shirets. I like how I'm not Japanese, but I'm trying to translate Japanese word now, which is weird. Shirets is wait, what's Shiret? The GP series? Yeah, right, GP series. Yeah, translation error. Because I'm translating three languages at a time. That's a thing. But yeah, GP series. Yes. What am I getting at? Yeah, the precursor of GP series, which is GP 00. There is two drum frame at its back, and that is not made up by Kenki Fujiyaka. Like it is. This is an interesting fact because I got realized that it is not that guy who made all the Chinese translation in terms of Gunpla, sorry, in terms of AOC, was like, Kenki Fujiyaka isn't the first guy who suggested the thing about drum frame, because it is mentioned back in um, GP 00, where it has a little backpack thingy that has drum frame. So essentially, Anaheim Electronics was trying to create drum frame at its back, but they kind of dropped it because it's because it's too OP, but it's too well, but it's too but it's too versatile. It is too hard to make, and that's why they're not gonna do it. So it turns out Titans made it, but the Titans lost, so too bad. But yeah, that is a little story of what it is, of how drum frame apparently isn't just a Kenki idea. It's Gundam as a general has such an idea. Hello, welcome back. Oh, have you guys ever been being hurt? You guys being have you guys got hurt from all the jumping nubs? I think mine just nearly went into my eye, but it didn't because I have glasses, which is lucky. But oh, interesting, interesting. That is an interesting design. So an interesting part is that this here. So it has a design that has a radius, and the reason why they're doing this is that this is a joint here. So essentially, you can do this, which is I wasn't expecting that. It is actually fully articulated in that sense. Ta-da! It's fully articulated, and I wasn't expecting that. I would thought it's an easy, just the typical easy way of getting that part is to just open it and like this type is just that, which is just drop in, put it in. Thought they'd be doing that, but no, that's a full-fledged axle, no, full-fledged design of a hinge, which is great. But HGUC ZSSA is definitely hard to get though, so that is not really a good sign. I wish they're more abundant though, which is more than. I was lucky to have got this ZSSA. In fact, I was hopping over. I was just walking over. I was just not walking over. I was wandering around the other day, and I just came across. I was somewhere near a Gunpla place, and I'm like, hey, let's have a look. Let's see if there might be stock or something, and there is. So I got it. All right, bye, Gun Status. It's late over there, I think. It should be. So I'll see you next time. Hopefully in the States, in fact. Yay. Wait. Is there. Well, there should be. Gotcha. Alright, so, yeah, I'm looking, trying to get through the, there's orientation here. There must be. There we go, got it. You know what, because you're just, oh my god, you're really hard to get off. Loosen all them joints just so that it works better. Wait a second, what? What? Wait, there's no joint over here. Am I... What? This is not the right thing, is it? This is interesting. So there are no joints. Ah, okay. That's why it's that hard. That's why the joint is. That's why the reason why these two are quite thick, as in like stiff. Correction, stiff, is that because there are no holes over here this side. It's just they're making two of the same one so that they can put on each side of its leg, but you can't put that in. Interesting. Where's the right one? There you go. This is the one. Interesting. Interesting. It's quite interesting. Wait, how? Alright, there we go. I'm not gonna cut pegs because it might fall off, which is a thing. Wait, I'm definitely missing something. There we go. F3 2. Yeah, there we go. F3 2. There we go. I'm definitely missing something. It's weird that it's hanging in the middle. That is not a thing that Gunpla, not a thing that part separation does. Like they're not gonna do it. Like, yeah, I'm sure they won't do that. It's weird. If they're gonna do that, it's like from I don't know a decade ago at least. It's a weird part separation. Everyone's gone. Okay, that's fine. Woo! Let's see. Now it's performing well. Somehow my god hand is performing well now, which is weird. But it is absolutely weird. That is an that is an interesting. It is. Oh my! Oh my! What? Why? Okay, that's an interesting structure to say the least. What? Why? That? Oh my! Why? Why? All right, interesting. Yeah, no, it's just the structure here is just interesting in general. It is. Yeah, this structure is interesting. It's basically hanging off it. Um, which I wasn't expecting that. It's just weird. It's just slightly weird. But yeah, that okay. That wasn't what wasn't expecting this. It's just weird that it is hanging off basically. It's really stiff. I'm gonna cut off some pigs, or else I might flip it up in the future. There we go. I'm gonna cut off a few things as well here and here and possibly here. So that way, at least it wouldn't kill itself while it wouldn't. Whoops! Did I just demon? I might have demonetized myself. Who knows? I don't think there are enough people that could be monetized in the first place. But yeah, yeah. Right, I might just hit it off. All right. An interesting structure to say the least. In fact, it's an interesting thing to look at while building it. Considering how much stuff there are in all of these parts, it is something to. There are a lot of things to learn from here. I mean, but in terms of learning, it's just since I do my Gunpla CAD thingy, I draw Gunpla. So basically, I design 3D parts as well. That's why I will learn a lot from building Gunplas as well. That is quite interesting to say the least. I now had to force myself to put all the parts in front of camera too, because I felt like I'm always off most of the time. Alright, so I'm gonna cut all them parts because it's easier to. Oh right, I forgot. I actually forgot to promote it too, so that's why. That's fine. Great, got it working, looking good. Mechanisms here. I feel like I'm rolling this off. Mechanism here. Cool. Because they're KPS, they're just using that. So definitely not really not something that you can articulate a lot, but it's fine because it is not really that bad in terms of this little guy here. I mean, it isn't really. It's not. This is not. This guy's not supposed to do a lot. So like it's just there, standing there, and shooting missiles, and that's about it. That's what this guy does. It's not. There is not a lot of articulation that you. There's well. There's two ways of looking at it. There is no that isn't that there isn't a um article. There aren't a lot of articulations, but at the same time, even if you give it too much articulation, there is not a lot that it can do because it's a missile pod. It's a flying missile pod. Like, what else could it do? So, so that's two way of looking at it. I mean, what can a missile pod do? You can either open all the hatches, or you don't. Um, give it a bit more dynamic pose in terms of opening pods, and I mean that's about it. Like that's the most that you can do. I mean, or I mean, it getting hit or something, but it's fun fact. Apparently, this MS is supposed to be transformable in some Gundam media, as in some Gundam games, which it isn't really, because the backpack is just a booster, as they call it. This is a booster basically, and what it by transforming it is just it's probably worse than wing. It's just it's just it's planked and it's flying is what it is. Plank and fly. I think that could be something to catch on. Plank and fly is a lot of times when designers went lazy in terms of transforming and they just call it a flight mode, which it depends. Most of the time it isn't. It doesn't look good, especially when you look at the bottom, which somehow they ignore, and that's where aerodynamics really matter, especially in its bottom, and they just ignore it. That is except TR6 though, or except TR project in general, because they're like, so what we do in terms of transforming mobile suit is that we flipped it. So you know how TR6, and on its top you can look at its shell, and there's a shell there, and that's fine. And at its bottom you can see part of its hand and all that. So when it's doing excuse me, atmospheric entrance, what it does is that it the five dots on its back, it's spilling out cooling agents. So that would cool, of course, while re-entering Earth, of course. But because of that, it's actually not that. So because it's flipped, it's actually a lot more. Uh, it's a lot more. Wow, how would I describe it? Feasible, and it gives it reason in terms of why it's actually flipped and all that, instead of just because it's well, just don't ignore the just ignore the all the mystery thing down there. Who cares? Let's let it go. Nah, they do it. Okay, that's the knees. Got kneecaps. Kneecap. Oh my, that's. I might need to get some water soon. This is streaming is definitely new. My voice at least is getting a bit muffled. Sorry, my so let's rest for a bit. Here's my new god hand because new god is cooler. That old. No, I'm kidding. New god hand is cooler than old god hand. That sounds straight from like DC or something. That new is new. I recall new god is a thing. From like DC something. Nice kneecaps. I like how they do this though, because it is. Oh, interesting. They actually gave Ziza a lot of articulations, in fact, which is great, and I appreciate it. The amount of articulation that's a lot. That's a lot, especially because this is like just the first articulated part, and there's a second part. That is a lot of articulations, which is something to be learned off from like big ass mobile suit designs. Instead of giving them but honestly, big and thick mobile suits are easy to make joints for them. Uh, Small mobile suit, on the other hand, is extremely hard to design in terms of um, articulations, which is a thing. Which is definitely something I learned from designing Primrose 2, subsequently TR6. But yeah, gonna put its arm up because, or else it is weird. All right, and there we go. Last thing, it's its leg. I I lost my phone. I just don't know where it is. I might need to look for my phone. Huh, so apparently, apparently there are new P-band dies today, which is rare because they don't. Oh wait, no. Oh no, it's USPB. Oh no. Interesting. Oh, that's quick. Ooh, nice. My order of TR5 is here. And that's nice. Excuse me. Oh my. Ah, the flu. I think there are quite several new. Oh my. There are several new. Oh my. Allergies though. Allergies. There are a few new builds in P. Sorry, there are a few new gunplay in P Bandai. Oh, well, Gurguk not lightning. MS-14B though, that is a rare one. Don't watch as well. Mark 3 is decent. Lindgren Gladiator, Tukrand Lust. Marine type though. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. I mean, I'm slightly, but not really. Let's see. Dowatch. I'm interested in Marine Hyzak. Marine Gundam isn't my type. Right, let's get back to the let's get back on building. That is a thick one. I'm gonna use the old. Oh my. Oh, that hurts. It's white as hell. All right, so there is supposed to be something in there, I think. Right. The most important thing of all is the missiles. Of course, then that would be the flagship of the suit, and this is what it is. Still alive, still alive.佢 current 睇錯位啊，唔怪得。I'm gonna switch channel now into Cantonese, but yep. Yeah, 我睇錯位。apparently 我 streaming 呢啲嘢我真係唔係好識，我都仲睇緊。因為我淨係睇咗 view 嗰個位嘅。OK，係咯，concurrent viewer 啊嘛，佢嗰個位寫。我就咦點解零嘅仲係？我見你話你 in，不過唔緊要啦，嗰啲係 delay 嘅。其實我冇擺落中間咯，即係你睇唔到我其實睇咩。希望唔好玩爛新神手啦。知道。好，16分鐘。哦，正。因為其實你可以照喺 message 上 message 我睇到你，嘅其實，所以照開 message 我。So you need this, that, and that. Alright, that you need a gray part. That's here. 我以為你想打啲嘢。You're gonna bring it into. I kept on pulling it off. That's an issue. I have to take care of that. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you are. Oh no. Gotcha. 2500。好，等陣啊，check 緊。So apparently the right. The Brilliant 4K properties buffering is an issue. Excuse me. Video bitrate. .我啲水口唔係，因為我儲埋一齊先掉咯，就唔係咩嘅。咁你彈開你都唔好由佢周圍彈噶嘛，係嘛？即係我純粹係方便收啫，即係呢排砌嗰幾隻咪喺度啊，儲到差唔多一紮啦，咁咪掉佢。而家有冇窒啲啊？睇有冇講啊？嗱呢度嗱，我 refresh 冇晒嘅。睇下先。而家會唔會好啲啊？哇！你咁勤力㗎你，好勤力啊你！我真係好勤力啊你。可能我太污糟啦，你點睇啊？我可能好污糟。好勤力啊你，每次都掃一晚。畫面細咗，好係喎，等陣先啊。誒 咁啊得啦，正啊，咁啊 flip rotate，誒，咁啊應該 OK 咯，咁啊唔會睇到頭暈眼花咯，正啊，好彩你喺度嘅，咁我識控制啊，而家應該正好多嘅，應該放大再轉翻，起碼唔使睇到頭暈先啦，係咪啊？咁樣，起碼唔使睇到頭暈先啦，反轉嘅係咪？真係，終於搞掂，係啦，搞掂啦，我終於識用啦，搞咁耐終於識用啦，好啦，啲 streaming software 真係新嘢，啱啱而家係咪冇咁窒啊？應該，it shouldn't be that laggy the stream though. So I changed the bit rate and it might have been the problem. I think I don't know. Could be. But it seemed that it would be the problem. Oh no, I forgot to put in the part. 又唔記得咗擺啦。There we go. 重點冇邊個先㗎 ？Okay. There is no priority in terms of what gets in first. Oh, I just flipped it. That's fine. I just flipped it. It's mostly that. Nice. So, then put this together. Oh no. 係啊，我用 webcam 啊。我唔係因為我之前即係之前我咪上堂咪成日長期用 用 Team 嘅，咁我換咗個 即係我直頭買咗個webcam，因為我成日坐唔同位咧，即係我坐嗰個位同埋我 laptop 係唔同位嘅，成日歪咗，咁所以我就不如買嗰個啦，咁你遲啲第日都可能 work from home 或者第日啲都，所以咁我咪寧願換咗佢咯。因為換咗佢都唔差嘅，咁即係換咗嗰個，咁而家我就由 stream 我個樣變成 stream 我咩咯。不過因為其實我有 4K 㗎，但係我未搞得到咯。佢話要用 USB 3.0先得，咁然之後我就明明用緊啲 USB 3.0線，佢又話我唔係，咁我都未搞得到呢樣嘢，係啊。所以因為我都要另外買條 USB 3.0，咁就算拎嚟 webcam 都好啦，咁起碼真係 4K 啊，唔係買個 4K 嘅翻嚟都係得1080p 啦。我諗因為之前個問題就係咧，我 frame rate 太高咧，所以佢而家係咁窒啊，係咁塞俾佢。而家應該會好好多，冇咁窒，因為我係咁掟 data 俾佢，佢咪頂唔順，咪計唔到數。而家應該冇咁差嘅，因為我落翻個 bit rate。係啊，因為佢 keep 住要refresh 到去而家最新啊嘛，所以佢處理唔晒啲 bit rate 咁咪咁咯。而家我將佢變翻即係正常啦，即係我同步翻佢嗰個 bit rate 啦，咁就應該好啲咯。哇！好彩有個人即時做 feedback 真係好，起碼我知道自己做乜嘢。ZSSA 正喎，你 ZSSA 今個月都到啦，可以玩到。係咪係啊？3.0 better，但係問題如果你要搞到3.0先咯，因為我而家用嗰條線都係我知佢用到3.0係因為佢係3.0咯，即係我知佢係用到嘅，但係佢就係冇俾3.0我，所以我都唔知，我唔知係咪有啲咩 verify 嗰啲咧，因為 USB 3.0好多制式問題噶嘛，所以佢哋一陣又唔同制式，又3點幾又3.1咁樣，總之就好多麻煩嘢。好，搞掂。哇！哇！即刻同步咗，即刻快咗，正喎！我睇到呢個咁快咩？你有啦咩？I thought the PB is coming in like May 20 something. I thought, or I was wrong. I'm not sure. I thought it's coming in this month. When did you have it? 唔係26號出貨咩？搞笑，應該會有㗎，應該會砌咗㗎。你買咗啫，都唔係砌咗啦。哦，你係有 UC，你係冇 PB，即係你係冇 set double set，即係 double set 下版。Oh no, there's someone here that I should be speaking in English. Sorry about that. Yes, sorry about that. I'm gonna come back to the English channel. Yeah, we are talking about how he has my friend has a unicorn version of P Bandai. Hello, hello, and that I wasn't aware of, and he's gone. But thank you for coming. You don't have to follow me. That's fine. I'll just do full English from now on. You don't have to follow me. You can still keep on typing and in Chinese or whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I understand that. I can just reply in English, and that would be absolutely fine. Hey, I got 7 viewers, so that's great. Honestly great. Oh no, I've ignored him. Wait, what? How? So you're supposed to put in the 2 pins, of course, but how are you gonna... Oh, there's that. Okay, interesting. So there's this and this. So it sticks. There is a view account. Because I'm on the live streaming page, so I would know. There's a page that does that. Yes, that's you. There was some other people. There was, and he's gone, but there was. So I'm sure about that. There was, like, he was there. Because it was shown temporary as 2 not long ago, and then now it's 1 again. So that's you. He was there for a really, really brief period of time, but at least he's there. So I should be not doing that. And I'm not gonna do any Cantonese from now on, but that's fine. And this is up. And I just realized that this is halfway through because there is a booster that I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm missing out on the boosters. Thank you. There are more boosters that are supposed to be coming. The F is gone. All right, boosters, of course. The typical booster of all the Zionic units. These, yeah. I'm not sure if you realize that, but apparently a lot of these parts are basically the same thing. Like, these are basically the same part, or even the same CAD, in fact, on all the different setup. Sorry, are all on the different Xeon units, not Xeonic, Xeon units. Far, like, as far as I don't know, as far as Dom or Gurguk and all that. Like, this has been there, and then even from, what was that, the DJ, I think they had it as well, which makes sense. But I'm just saying it is cool and interesting how they just put the same CAD in all these different suits, which is an interesting thing. Just ignore it. Ignore the seam lines. Ignore the stress marks. Just ignore everything. That's how I survive, I think. How do you put that in there? How do you put it in? Wouldn't the booster be like, get stuck or something? Okay, interesting. There we go. Right, that's why. Didn't. That's why. So you do have, Susan. I mean, wait. Since you have that, do you mind just measuring this thing? Since you have, because as far as I know, what PB version does, is the double zeta version does is essentially there's a part just covering this part of, the logo. Um, that'd be cool if you can actually, give me the measurements and I'll just cut that part out and I'll just do it. Easy PB conversion. I'll just paint it. Ooh, so that pose works. Yeah, yeah, that would be, yeah. That's how it works because it's not supposed to be. No, no, it didn't. No, they had the same mode. What they do is they had a, cover, so they just slide it in and cover the whole, this part basically. They cover the sleeves, and that's it. That's basically the part. I know you just bought the yellow version, but I've seen the part, like I've seen a review of it, or at least, I think it might not be a review or something. But I've seen it as in a video form, so I know that how it works. It's just slide it in and cover that, sleeves, and that's it. And it's as lazy as that. But that's fine, I'm not gonna reveal that. Why would they? Yes, that's how it works. They had a cover and just slide it in and covered it. That's basically how it is. Yeah, it's just an extra part. That is how it works, weirdly enough. I mean, yours is coming soon anyway, right? I thought you ordered one, and it's coming in like a few hours. Sorry, coming in a few days. Because it's nearly the end of the month, so it is coming. Right, and done. So rifle is extremely easy, and where are the parts where rifle is on A? Do we have A part? This is A. This is A. Cool. The rifle is here. Rifle is here. I thought you did. I forgot. I might have got it wrong. I'm not sure. I thought you ordered that. Or you can't, but you tried. Because I recall you were ordering that day too. Question mark. I'm not entirely sure. You don't have to reply in English with me. It's fine. I don't matter. It doesn't matter. Gotta be quick. It's good stuff though. Because the yellow version, I mean, I just kept it because I would rather keep it. I would rather keep the original design rather than the sleeves version. I wouldn't say it's bad. I just prefer the original version, but it wasn't that bad regardless. Rifle done. I should be. I should be I should be working under the camera, not outside of the camera. Yeah, that's still something I need to get used to. Right, this is the sleeve shield. Although I like how this is a specifically made mode for the ZSSA, while this is I think pretty much just for the shield, which is not just was which the ZSSA isn't the only guys who's using it. Exactly. This is not only be this shield is not exclusively used by ZSSA though. Oh wait, no, this one is. This part is. Yeah, never mind. This is specifically used by the ZSSA. I'm lazy, so I'll just ignore all this. Oh no, I don't have a lot of time left. It's supposed to be ending in like 10 minutes, but I still haven't get to the booster. Talk about speedrun now. Talk about speedrun. Definitely not a speedrun. I'm gonna get serious now and really get into the speedrun aspect of this stream. Right, speedrun, speedrun. I don't have a lot of time left, but I really wanted to build the. Oh wait, no, don't. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna say it. Alright, let's see. So, well, we have all this gray part, and this is a done runner. The runner is done, and then we now need the shield. Where's the shield? This is just weird. They've given one of the funniest part I just realized is that this mode here, this runner here, correction, it has a part of the shield, and it's shown that they could remove the shield, but in the PB version of ZSSA, or as in the Double Zeta version of ZSSA, they still have the shield. I know like the Double Zeta version doesn't have the shield; it wasn't invented yet, but they just kept it. But they had the gate there, so they can totally remove it. So I'm not sure what they're doing it there over in Bandai. I have no idea what's going on. They just did that for some reason. Oh, extra weapon. They kept it for you, but they can totally remove it. Unless the shield mode is actually from another suit, which I wasn't aware of, then then the gate would have made sense. It could very well be the two. It could very well be the what's the Gyaradoga or any of those. Could very well be those guys stuff. Nice. So now yeah. I was expecting that to be either Gyaradoga or something. Like, no, it is Gyaradoga's one. It's just that I'm not sure if that's the same gate. Sorry, that's the same runner um from that though. Yeah, or Gyarados. Oh yeah, or Gyarados too. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense that they're using the same runner, or especially the extra runner from Gyarados. It would make absolute sense. And shield done. Big ass shield. Extra shield is never a bad thing because somehow AOC will make use of it later, sooner or later. So I'm never complaining for extra equipments.因為佢哋兩個同一樣樣，但唔同裝備，所以用唔同帽。哦，係啊，係啊，no no no, yeah, but what I'm saying is that because Gerard Doga was a long came a long time ago. So unless Gera Doga or Psycho Doga, whatever those guys are using the same shield mold or same runner that the Garazulus are using, or else they wouldn't do this. Essentially, is what I'm saying, which is weird because they match this thing. If they had to use this little part here, sharing with this mode, then the others would have to have the same thing, the same similar layout. Which is why I'm like, but that's just weird because it's you don't have these type of gates in the other for the others too. You might not, and that's why they shouldn't make this compatible. And but it's weird that they didn't remove this from the PB version if they were to do that. And that's why I'm like, that's weird. Yeah, but like, not really. I mean, I recall the Dogas are Gyaradogas are from like 2009 or something, and Gyarazulos are much later, like at least 2012, at least. Because so it wouldn't be that early, and they would not have been planned that far ahead. I would say they could, but I don't think they would. Essentially, a lot of things, a lot of times they're just afterthoughts, as mostly do. Yeah, yeah, exactly. 2009 and 2010. Wait, oh, is it? Zulu is from 2009. Okay, that's. Oh, okay. We can just go up to Dalong and look at it. Like, we no debate's over. Gera, Zulu, Dalong, and the debate's over. Gera, Gera Doga. Right, Gyaradoga. I'm at the first Gyaradoga, and let's see. Runners. Gyaradoga. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. No, it isn't, because there is a because there is this. Oh, because it's the different. God damn it. Look at this. There is a logo in there. There is a Neodion logo in there. Shy Neodion logo in there, and this one doesn't. That's the proof, as I was saying. Yay, I got it. Same as the other Garajulu. So let's look at Garajulu though. Zulu. Let's see where Zulu. There are that much Zulu? Garajulu doesn't have it. Garajulu God's type. Yep, Garajulu God's type still has the logo. Unless I was wrong. Yeah. Garajulu still has the God's type, still has the logo. So yep, it wouldn't have been the same mode is what I'm saying. And it's still not. And it still actually isn't, in fact. And so that's why I'm like, so why are they doing the gate? They didn't remove the shield in the PB version though. Why are you doing that? I honestly have no idea why they did that. Is anyone using no one is using that shield. Even Shurum Gullis though. Like it isn't. Yeah, Shrum Gullis uses a different shield because it is there is a special functionality in there, so it's a different one. So yeah, no idea why they did that. They just did that out of nothing, no reason at all. They include the shield in the P Bandai version. But they had the gate to remove it. They just felt I don't know. They just felt like they should give you more. They just felt generous, I guess. No idea why. Don't question it. Essentially, don't question it is the generic rule of Gunpla. Now, as you can see here, the shield is not. There's no Neo Xeon logo in there. So why would they do that? No idea. No idea. Not at all. Right, time to move on to the chunky parts. So chunky parts are chunky and I'm working on it. This is a really chunky part that those gates though. Right, let's see. Do I need to separate them? I don't. So no, I don't have to care about it. You know what? Let's give it a bit of an ease, just so that I might remove them in the future. I'm not sure. I think I will. Let's see. So there's this thing. No stickers. E. Wait. Let's see. Speed run. Let's give us half an hour more, and it should be done. That is. Right now it's done here. Oh, I forgot. There's a thing. I recall seeing reviews saying that there is a place that you can put in your beam saber somewhere. In its this guard here essentially. Don't know how to open it. It's weird. And I was right, it is somewhere here, but there are 4 spots, essentially here. There are 4 spots, but it's just that they give you one beam saber only. Yeah. But they give you one beam saber though, which is weird. But yeah. We can always cat it. That's fine. Are you gonna wheel all that? Not doubt. You can't wheel all those. You don't even have an extra hand. The guard is practically friction. Oh my god. Alright, let's see. So, next up, this thing. Alright, so what we're missing is A10. It's always out frame. I really need to get myself used to camera. And I'm not. No, there we go. That and that, and that's it. There is a Yukiruki. There's this part, and there is that part, and I'm gonna cut all this off because it might be hard to remove later on. Then you got yourself one part done with a thick ass part somewhere here. Alright, so we need another thick part. All this is just really chunky. And if we were to design the AOZ version of that, it's easy to use the structure because the structure isn't complicated at all. It's just, the structure isn't that complicated. Color separation, I think it's just really easy because it's a single part. It's a single part design though. Single part. So it's a single color piece. There's just minor details in there, and that's it. So it isn't that hard, I would say. So this one goes in here, interestingly. Interestingly, this one goes in here. Now I just give not sure. I'll just give these two. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. that was hard. Let me just cut this part off, because just in case. So I'm gonna cut this so that it stay in there. Right, done. Done. So what we do need next is the final part of the puzzle. All the gray boosters. Thank you. All the gray boosters. E6. E6 is this one. Oh, it's not even the biggest boost. Biggest booster of all. And then you also need this one and that one. Because only the big and the booster base and the big boosters. Too much boosters in one sentence. But I mean, we're building the booster unit, so the word booster is inevitable. It's not even a mark. So one goes here. The other one goes somewhere else. Oh my, that is what? Huh. Ah, interesting. Ah, interesting. That is a really, really big booster. That is incredibly big. Fascinating. That's the 2, and then there should be something that's fixing it. Does that be 2? Three. So we need it's fin at its back. The 2. Many. Alright, and then we're gonna flip it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a lot of boosters. Right, so that goes on top, I think, this one. Or I think it's short. Oh, yeah, it does. There we go, this here. I'm gonna cut this off just so that I'm gonna leave more space on moving parts. One, two. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's just weird. Huh. Okay. Okie dokie. That's done. It's a chunky booster. extremely chunky. This is wow. This is chunk as hell. Oh, this is really chunky. Alright, this is the upper position. It's thin to determine which side up and down. Which side up? Right, and it's oh my, it's fin there. Big chunky fin. And then you also need two little. It's just all blocky and sorry, all circular parts. Drum frame, as they call it. This is the last of it, in fact. So we're at the end game now. We're missing out on the arms, sorry, the fingers, and I think that's about it. In fact, wait, no, oh right, no, that we need the booster, we need a missile part of the boosters for sure. That's something we're missing. That's that. Actually, I might be interested in the game file of this because of how. Oh wait, no, because the game file might just as well just use overlay maps to make all the missile parts, and I might as well just redesign that part. Oh, alright, never mind. If so, that's useless. The game file is useless. Right, so that's that. And then we'll just clear out all these, so both. Right, right, so that's there. Ooh, it's somehow, okay, interesting. It's all just interesting designs here. Okay. So you then need this, but also on the upper side. So the peg is on the upper side. You put that in, but it's not. What? Oh, okay. So this side, essentially. Interesting. So that's on the other side, and somewhere here. Nope, somewhere there. And somewhere there. That's just chunky as hell. Alright, so we then need to make all the missiles. I need a toilet. I'll be back. And we're back. Ooh, and we're back. So, we're at the end game. So, what we're coming from is this. So, we're working on these, and these are to find them below. Sure. Alright, so, okay, that's an interesting. Gotcha. Alright. So. Cutting it on cam, because I should. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, what's the, so that's where the triangle goes. I'm practically getting everything out from this board, from this runner. How will I put it together? So how will I figure them out? It's not really challenging, you just need to test and try, and there is only, oh no, that's not bad. Hello. A switch of sound. Hopefully it's not that bad. So didn't charge that. Clear of runner. So with everything out here, which is not that hard to just clear out all the nubs. Parts of it are quite damaged because of how I managed it. Nubs. Nubs. Nups.
Nope. Let's have it. Nope. 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 I imagine someone getting in now. I'd be like, why are you doing this? Nope. 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 Nubs. Nubs. Oh no, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Nubs. That's a thick one, and definitely over 3 mil. And I might as well. I might have started my new pile. Anyway, nice. So what we're doing now is to get the triangle ones. Put on that. So we'll put these in here. Apparently we don't really need to deal with them a lot, so might as well just turn it off. Correction, just yeah, turn it off. I don't have to give them a lot of movable parts that I'm more aware of. It does that, and you don't need to do a lot of things after that. Alright, so this is needed. Alright, so this one goes at the back. This one goes at the back. This one goes in front of this part. It's not directly attached to the drum frame on its front. Same as this one as well. Just put it back. Here, and then we'll just do the same thing again with this flaps going in. Don't need extra don't need extra cuttings because there is no need, and that's it. And put it on there. Voila. You also need this thing of some sort to get in. So these two. Do I have to cut them off? No, not really. Wait, what are these? Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go there. Oh, there is a PC. I didn't put anything in there. Nice. So nice. And then we'll just put them in question mark. We'll do about the those part later on. So there is something that So that one goes on its side for some reason. Where, yeah, this one, where there is something that. Why is it there? I'm talking about the slot because I don't see a point of having the slot there. That's dumb. Oh shit. Shoot. I have yet to see the use of that part. It's not even getting in the first place, so that's cool, thank you. Yeah. Oh my god. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? You're really annoying. Oh my, you're really annoying. Ah. Turns out I do need to separate it. Thank you. And my path separator is gone. Cool. No idea where it went. No idea where it went. Use this. Not the best part separation tool. But at least it's effective. So it's that moment. Hey, there we go. Finally. I mean, I have yet to find a reason why that is still needed, but that's a thing apparently. I just don't know why. Like, I don't see. Do I? I don't know. I don't really know why they did that though. Like, you can see that. Let's not think about it for now. So we will. We'll need to put all these in. I'm too lazy, and since all these parts are covered, I'm gonna do all one cuts. Cause I'm speedrunning, of course. Don't forget what I'm doing now. I'm speedrunning. So since there are parts that are covering the base, we'll be ignoring all the knobs down there because it doesn't really matter. It won't be seen and it will be covered. So speed running rule number 1 in terms of gunpla: if it's not seen, leave it. But if it's not seen, the nubs and ignore it. And you'll save yourself a lot of time in terms of those things. Alright. I'll cut these off. Interesting. I run off. Right, so we just got all them parts. We're done. Also, you guys use nail files, but the what was that, glass file? Yeah, the glass nail files, or glass file in general. That one was quite useful too. I used it once, I just lost it. Besides, I don't really send much, so sometimes speed run. That's it. And that's done. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put everything on. Now, look at this. Just put these. There is a little knob here, so we know which side it is on. So these are the two ones. There is again a little nut there, so this one goes. Oh shit! Oh shoot! Please don't tax me. The other way around. Yeah, the other way around. So that's that. Funny enough, this thing is actually a lot more unstable than I was expecting. I was expecting a really chunky build because of how everything is basically chunky. It is not, in fact, chunky. Everything is kind of loosened in some way, which wasn't my expectation. All right, so that's all out. Is there a? There isn't. One, two. Well, there is a different. Nubs can be seen on the outside. That's covered. One, two. Three and four. Oh, well, how? Why? It is really unstable. It is a lot more unstable than I was expecting. Well, okay, I guess. Right, finally got it. The ZSSA booster. It is chunky. Why that is on top of it, I am not aware. So what I'm saying is this thing, essentially, yeah, this thing, where some of this little piece, or this part, this part, there's a deep, slot there. It's shown out on the outside. And that I wasn't aware of something that is supposed to be hanging in there, which is the grab that I'm like, why is it there? Why wasn't something else be covering it? So am I missing something? It might not. Let's see. It is in there. I'm just not sure why it's in there. It is just in there. Weird. Okay. Right, so hands, of course. We'll just have to get all them hands out and then we're off. Final run off. How grateful. Well, I'm grateful if they're giving us all these specific hands instead of just generic hands, which is great. And off. It's one of these where the back part, well, the back part of its hand is using a peg instead of, was using a cone peg instead of the traditional two-piece block design. Especially this is a cone shape, which is quite rare. It's not a lot of them you have such a design, which is why I call it's one of these. And no, let's see. It's not definitely this one. All right, this is the fingertip one. The one that holds the rifle, and I might as well just put the rifle in as well. Might as well just put the rifle in. Nice. And the last piece of the puzzle is the other side of its hand, the right hand but beam saber hand. Last of the last. Nice. And finally, all the parts are done. It goes in here, and the next one goes in here, and okay, I will have to, and it's done. So I'll just quickly show it, and I have to be going now, but I'll just do this. What is too loosened? I've cut it up too loosened, but that's fine. It's my, so essentially oh my, that is a big and chunky boy. So it's hands and the shield, which is weird. Somehow I'm having deja vu here, I'm not sure why. It's really weird that I have a deja vu of finishing the ZSSA. I still have yet to explain, I have no idea why. But that's basically it. The ZSSA. I forgot to put the other hand up. Alright, so basically it. There won't be a review, I think. I'm just trying to stream something while I'm working on it. There's a lot of part that's just flexing around. I'm gonna fix it soon. We'll deal with it later. And that's about it. Alright. Thank you guys for joining my stream. We'll see you next time. Hopefully something rare and something new. See you guys soon.